Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Young and the Restless preview week of August 19. Lily's ironic karma, Diane's moral compromise, Adam grilled. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of August 19, 2024. It shows Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, firing Lily Winters, Crystal Cowell. Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, talks to Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, about saving Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller. Plus, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, demands the truth from Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. Keep reading to find out what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless. Lily Winters' ironic karma. E&R spoilers for the week of August 19 reveal that Billy fires Lily. I think it's ironic as Lily fired Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, and Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Cruzide, despite their work being stellar. Lily has also been going back and forth with Billy. While Lily wanted to be sure she made the right decision, Billy takes matters into his own hands. In the preview clip, Billy tells Lily, "I'm gonna fly solo at Abbott Chancellor, and your services are no longer needed." Y&R spoilers. Saving Kyle Abbott. Over with Kyle. He is still dancing dangerously with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, and Victor Newman, Eric Braden. Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, is also going to extremes to try to get her way in the custody arrangement. Summer demanded that Kyle cut all ties with Audra, but he refused. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, tries to reason with Summer, but she stormed off. Meanwhile, Kyle updated Victor and said he couldn't give in to Summer's demand about Audra. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Diane Jenkins Abbott's moral compromise. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of August 19 reveal that Diane makes a suggestion to Jack about Victor. Diane says. Jack replies that he doesn't want to lower himself to Victor's level. That is when Diane makes an interesting statement. It seems Diane is just itching to do some scheming and manipulating. However, will Diane and Jack be making a big mistake? Even though everyone assumes Diane will go back to her sinful ways, maybe this time Jack enjoys being naughty a bit too much. It would be quite delicious to see Jack turning a bit bad. Y&R spoilers. Week of August 19, 2024. During the week of August 19, Sally interrogates Adam. As a stunned and flustered Adam is speechless, Sally demands an answer. Sally says, yes or no. Did you sleep with Chelsea in Baltimore? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of August 19, 2024? The week of August 19 on *, The Young and the Restless * is set to deliver a roller coaster of emotions, as characters face the consequences of their past actions, grapple with moral dilemmas, and find themselves under intense scrutiny. In this explosive week, karma, compromise, and confrontation will play center stage, leaving Genoa City residents reeling from the fallout. #### Lily's ironic karma. Lily Winters has always prided herself on being a beacon of integrity, a woman who could rise above the fray, but this week, karma comes knocking, and it's dressed in irony. Lily, who has often been the voice of reason and the epitome of fairness, finds herself on the receiving end of a situation that eerily mirrors her past mistakes. It all begins when Lily is blindsided by a scandal involving Chancellor Winters. A whistleblower within the company leaks sensitive information about a major project, causing the stock to plummet and the media to descend like vultures. Lily is caught in the crossfire, her reputation as a competent and ethical leader at stake. As she scrambles to contain the damage, memories of her own past transgressions come flooding back. The car accident that claimed Hillary Curtis and her unborn child's life, a tragedy that Lily has never fully forgiven herself for, haunts her. The parallels are too striking to ignore. Just as she once inadvertently caused a chain of events that led to loss and suffering, she now faces the prospect of losing everything she's worked so hard to rebuild. The irony isn't lost on Lily. She finds herself in a moral quandary. Does she come clean about her suspicions regarding the leak, which could implicate someone close to her, or does she protect her own interests and those of her company by burying the truth? The weight of her decision is crushing, and the universe seems to be reminding her that no one, not even someone with the best intentions, can escape the consequences of their actions. #### Diane's moral compromise. Diane Jenkins has always walked a fine line between right and wrong, and this week she teeters dangerously close to the edge. After clawing her way back into Genoa City society and rebuilding her life with Jack Abbott, Diane is faced with a moral compromise that could undo all the progress she's made. Jack, who has stood by Diane through thick and thin, is involved in a shady business deal that promises high rewards but comes with significant risks. When Diane accidentally discovers that the deal involves underhanded tactics and potential legal ramifications, she's torn between her loyalty to Jack and her own moral compass. The old Diane, the one who would have done anything to get ahead, would have seen this as an opportunity to secure her place in Jack's life and in the Abbott family. But the new Diane, the one who has worked so hard to prove that she's changed, struggles with the thought of betraying her own principles. As the week progresses, Diane finds herself increasingly isolated. She can't confide in Jack without potentially ruining their relationship, and turning a blind eye to his actions makes her complicit in something she knows is wrong. The pressure mounts and Diane begins to unravel, questioning whether she truly has changed, or if she's simply been fooling herself all along. In a moment of desperation, Diane reaches out to an unlikely ally, Phyllis Summers. The two women, who have been rivals for years, share a surprisingly candid conversation about the choices they've made and the paths they've taken. Phyllis, who knows a thing or two about moral compromise, offers Diane a piece of advice that leaves her more conflicted than ever. Sometimes you have to choose between what's right and what's necessary. #### Adam grilled. Adam Newman is no stranger to being in the hot seat, but this week he's grilled like never before. After weeks of maneuvering and manipulating, Adam's past catches up with him in a way he never expected, and he's forced to answer for his actions. It all starts when Victor Newman, determined to rein in his wayward son, enlists the help of Michael Baldwin to dig into Adam's recent activities. What Michael uncovers sends shockwaves through the Newman family, evidence that Adam has been involved in a series of clandestine meetings with dangerous figures outside of Genoa City. When confronted, Adam initially denies everything, but the evidence is too damning to ignore. Victor, who has always had a complicated relationship with Adam, demands answers, and this time, he's not letting his son off the hook so easily. The grilling intensifies as Victor pushes Adam to explain his connections and his motives. Under pressure, Adam finally admits to some of his dealings, but in typical Adam fashion, he spins the story to paint himself as the hero in a dangerous game of cat and mouse. He claims that his actions were necessary to protect the Newman family from a looming threat, one that only he could neutralize, but Victor isn't buying it, and neither is Nikki, who watches the confrontation with growing concern. As the week unfolds, Adam's web of lies begins to unravel. His carefully constructed narrative starts to fall apart as more people come forward with information that contradicts his version of events. Adam is cornered, and for the first time in a long time, he's out of moves. The grilling reaches a climax when Chelsea Lawson, the one person Adam thought he could count on, confronts him with a shocking revelation of her own. She's discovered something that could not only destroy Adam's carefully laid plans, but also tear apart the Newman family once and for all. As the dust settles, Adam is left to ponder the cost of his relentless pursuit of power and control. For a man who has always prided himself on being one step ahead of everyone else, this week serves as a stark reminder that even the most cunning can be outmaneuvered. #### A week of reckoning. The week of August 19 on *, The Young and the Restless * is one of reckoning. For Lily, Diane, and Adam, the past comes back to haunt them in ways they never anticipated. As they grapple with the consequences of their choices, they're forced to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and the lives they've built. Lily must face the irony of her situation and decide whether to uphold her principles or protect her interests. Diane is caught in a moral quagmire that could cost her everything she's worked for, and Adam, ever the schemer, finds himself backed into a corner with no easy way out. In Genoa City, the past is never truly in the past, and the future is always uncertain. As these characters navigate their respective crises, they're reminded that every action has a consequence, and sometimes those consequences are far more profound than they could have ever imagined.